I'm sorry, my video cut off on me. Like I said, I'm new to this. I'm still trying to understand how to work this stuff. Okay, so as I was saying, um, my vulnerability was very shot. My vulnerability was very strained, due to my upbringing. I was always taught to, something bad happened to you, take it on the chin, strive, be better, grow, don't dwell in that spot. But it took a mental toll on me because it was just wrong. It hurt my soul, my spirit, my mental ability. It made me a whole different person, for the better and for the worse. But it really changed the way I see the world. I see people, the way that I handle my emotions, the way that I basically change my being, because I did not know who I could trust, who I could talk to, who was there for me, who was really on my, who was really on my side, who was telling me the truth, who was lying to me. I was clouded by a lot of stuff. And at the end of the day, you are your best person. Trust in how you feel. Trust in what you believe in. Stand up for your truth, whether you stand by yourself. So, this whole situation is very complicated but simple. And like I said, I was always a strong woman. I was always independent in the way I thought. I am, not was. I am independent the way I think. I am strong. I am, everything that I always thought I was. But during this time, I questioned myself, because I'm like, well, yes, I have done wrong. Yes, I could have handled things better. Yes, I, said things that I wish I could take back, but I reacted off my emotions. I am human. And it took me a while to get to this point, because I am not a negative person. I do not want to hurt people. I do not want to put bad vibes out there. I never did. I never wanted to. Regardless of the hate that I have received, I still kept a positive attitude, because in my bone and my soul, that's truly who I am. And I refuse to get into a negative mindset or be negative and hateful because of other people around me, because that makes me no better than them. And by all means, I want to be the change that I want to see. And I always been that person that stand on my soapbox and preach, and we are the world, we are, the children that heal each other. I always been that kind of person. So, now during this time, I see a lot of stuff now that I am on social media. And you can follow me on Facebook at Jessica Adams, Instagram on Love One People. My Snapchat is Jessica For Real One People. Gmail is on Love One People, or my Gmail at Jessica Adams. Like I said, I'm new to social media, so I don't have a whole bunch of pictures and all this stuff and this and that, because I'm new to this. These are the only sites that I possess. Anything else out there that has my face or using my name or my content is not me. They were there to manipulate you to feeling the way that you feel, and they have done I won't say a great job, because now they're being exposed, because when you lie, you have to keep lying and keep lying and keep lying. And now that I took myself out of the equation, so they will not try to manipulate me to say something so they can use it against me, now I see who they are. Now they have nothing to say. So now they are trying to keep me in their mindset, but now I know, like, okay, you know what I mean? I'm very passionate when I talk. I'm very long-winded when I talk, okay? So when I have something to say, I say it in a way that, I guess people may take offense to it, but that is my truth. That's how I speak. I say what's on my mind, period. Okay? So, getting into the doctors. Let's start there. Because now I have my introduction down. I am black, I am fat, I am all of that. I have a big head, you know what I'm saying? I talk with a lisp, all of that. That is me. Now let's get to the truth. Because some people will be stuck on BS instead of hearing what needs to be heard. Okay? Now, I had went to a doctor in Georgia, St. Joseph Hospital, and I had my first surgery, a surgery where I was under anesthesia and out. That's when, and I had a big cut on my left side. It was so deep that I had to have a vacuum pack. Now, I went in there for a regular abscess. I've been getting abscesses all my life. Okay, they go in there, laser it out, boom, you done. You know what I'm saying? But for me to be in a major surgery like that, and it was alarming to me, but I still was naive. At first, I did not know what was going on in my body. But the doctors at St. Joseph Hospital in Savannah, Georgia, put a device into my head and on my back, on my right shoulder blade, under my right shoulder blade, and my ear. Like, you know what I mean? It's all connected. That's why I say two devices, because the one in my head and my back is connected to each other. Okay? And at first, I did not know what was going on with me until it started to defect. It started to act up, okay? And it started like my back of my shoulder was like beeping, like a prick. It was like somebody was like stabbing me with like a needle, because it was like a little teeny do 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 in my shoulder. And the whole time, the device in my head was also listening to my thoughts and listen to what I say, you know what I mean, out my mouth, because it's like a microphone, a trigger device, you know what I mean, it goes deep. It goes deep. And like I said, it's more people involved than just these doctors. You know what I mean? But I had to come at these doctors because they are the ones that I literally seen. They are the ones that I literally talked to. They are the ones that I literally know about. Now, when I was asleep, whoever came into the room and put this device or bought this device, or who was maintaining it as we speak today, I have no clue of that. You know what I'm saying? Well, I do have a clue of it. But I cannot pinpoint just one person, and that goes back to throwing the rock out of your hand, okay? So these hospitals and these doctors are responsible for what is done to my body through this case. Now, if they have a problem with it, they can figure out how to contact who else was involved, okay? And so, his name was Dr. Wynn, W-Y-A-N-N, Dr. Wynn. He is also affiliated with Springfield Hospital in Springfield, Georgia. Now, when I had my surgery, sorry, that was my baby getting up. When I had my surgery, these doctors, you know, I went through the whole step. I went through my aftercare. The young Dr. Wynn, because I see that his father's name is Dr. Wynn, Dr. Robert Wynn too. But the young doctor, that's the one I talked to. That's the one that was in the hospital. That's the one that came to me and explained my surgery. Now, when I did my outpatient, and I had to travel from Savannah, Georgia to Springfield to do my outpatient care, I met the older man, which is his father. The second time I went to the facility, because the first time I went and, you know, they looked at my wound, it was the young man. Then the second time I went, it was the older man, which I later found out that was his father. Okay, now I called Springfield Hospital to try to, get my records from them from the hospital, because I did go there too. And they said that people that's in like the trailers or whatever are not associated with the hospital. So I want to say that too. They work at the hospital in like a different trailer setting, but they are not really affiliated with that hospital. They just have their practices around the hospital. Okay. So, when I was going through this and I was like in the bed down, I was on heavy medications, I was on heavy pain, so I was sleeping, I was just like dazed. I did not know what was going on. Eventually, I caught on to something within my body. I did not know what. So I'm expressing myself to people around me. And at that time, people around me was like, huh? What? What's great? What? You was crazy, huh? What? Huh? No, But me not knowing, they were also a part of what was going on. You understand what I'm saying? In some kind of way, shape, and form. They knew they had something to do with it. They let it go on. Okay. So I moved from out of that toxic situation because I feel like it was just suffocating me. It was just suffocating me. I was like losing my mind. Like I started to really like sit down and really like pinpoint everybody involvement in it. And then when I could really like go down deep into who was playing what, how it was playing, it disgusted me. So I wanted to get away from that environment. So I moved here to Tennessee. And I'm like, okay, it's a fresh start. Let me, move on with my life. Let me try to do things better and change my outlook on my life, because this is my life. This is not a game. This is what I'm going through. And, I want to live my life to the best of my ability. So I moved here, and everything was going fine. I moved here. We stayed. Me and my mother stayed in the shelter for 2 weeks. I found a job, I found a place. Everything worked out the way it needed to work out. So now I get here, and my first encounter with it is when I started at a daycare, and I had to have a physical done. So when I want to have my physical done, they check your eyes, they check your mouth, check your ears, check your strength, regular physical to get a job. So when the lady was checking my ears, she was like, what? And I'm like, huh? And she kept looking, and then she called another doctor in, and he came in, he looked in my eyes, and they rubbed my head and rubbed my throat and stuff like that. And like I said, I still was naive to it at this point. I still was naive to it. I knew something was wrong, but I could not pinpoint where it was at or what was wrong. So I'm like, okay, maybe I got some air wax in there, a little bust of eardrum. I don't know what they were looking at because they didn't say what they was looking at. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, boom. Moved on with that. Then I started working at this daycare. And while I was working at this daycare, that's when I started to, not set traps, but I started to set things out there so I can know, I'm not crazy. Something is going on with me. You can hear my thoughts. If you can hear what I'm thinking in private motion, in private intimate settings, then I know something is in my body. So now I'm thinking of this all kind of crazy stuff just in my head, just to see if people around me are going to repeat it. People love negativity. People love foolishness. So I said, what can be the foolishness, most negative thing I can say to hear people say it out loud? So I started to do that. And then I started going to grocery stores or at my job, and they started saying it. So then I'm like, okay. So it's something in my head. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay. So then I started, so then people around me that so-called want to be my friend or so-called want to be around me, now I see that you only around me to perpetuate this situation to your benefit. Whether you did it for attention, whether they did it for retaliation on somebody else's behalf, because the situation that was going on before I met you had nothing to do with you, but you felt so strongly about the situation that you felt like you had to be involved with it too. So, at first when I did it, you know what I mean, I was very like hesitant of everybody around me. I questioned everybody around me. What are you here for? What do you want? You know what I'm saying? So yes, I did act negative towards people that did not deserve it, and for that I do apologize, because at that time I was still trying to figure out what the hell is going on. Okay, so to those people, certain people, because then after a while people started to just do shit and say shit so I could say something, so they could say, oh, you see what she said, oh, you see what she did, oh, you see how she did that. No, you put yourself in that room that you did not have to. You did not have to be involved with it. You chose to be involved with it. You did not have to talk to me. You chose to talk to me. You did not have to bring me negativity. You chose to bring me negativity. So the reaction or what I have said after that was totally on you. You put yourself in that, and you could have easily taken yourself out, but no, you wanted to feel that way. You wanted to be that way, and you know what I'm saying. Yes, I did play into it. Yes, I did use it to my benefit. Yes, I did even manipulated some situations in order to me to fully understand what was going on to me. Absolutely, yes, I did. And okay, so but even through all this, I still held a positive attitude about things. Okay, so then I came across my child's father. At the time, he was my child's father. He was just my neighbor. I'm going to get into that situation later on. That goes deep too. Okay, but I met him, and I felt like, at that time I needed that comfort. At that time I needed that understanding. I needed to vent. I needed to get off my chest. And I felt like that was a safe haven, which I tend to do. I tend to hold a lot of stuff until the breaking point. And then when I break, things come out that was in a pit of hell, okay? And I feel like being a narcissistic that he is, now that I see that, he ate it up and used that to his advantage. We can get to that story later. But okay, so now I know something is in my body. I just don't know how it works, or now I know it's in my head. I know that it's in my back, because at this time I'm filling up the pinches and the pokes and stuff like that. I did not know that they can hear my conversations through my ears. At the time, later on, like at first my ears wasn't ringing. But when my back started to act up, that's when my left ear started to ring. And it didn't ring. It was like a little teeny faint, like, it was real faint at first. And so now I'm like, okay, something is wrong with this. Something is in there. So now people are like, well, I know you're probably saying, well, why you go to the doctor? Why you ain't do this? Why you ain't do that? Why you ain't do that? If one doctor did this to me, why would I, subject myself to going to somebody else that's probably not going to tell me what's up? Being that they might be scared, because like, this shit might be, it's deeper than their pay rate. You know what I'm saying? This shit is like crazy, or they probably want to be implemented in this situation. You know what I'm saying? So, and then at the time, I was so consumed by hatred. I was so consumed by revenge. I was so consumed by, you're not going to get the best of me. You know what I mean? That I was blindsided into taking the steps that needed, and ignorant about how to handle the situation. So then, okay, so now we're going to fast forward to when I got pregnant. When I got pregnant, that's when the stuff in my back and my head really was like pronounced. Like, I knew it was there now. Like, it's no question about it. I know it. People around me are, people follow me around. People are around me saying things. The people that I was around every day was saying like little stuff I was saying in my head, and just, but then I wasn't thinking that I was giving them the ammo to shoot. You know what I mean? I was giving them the ammo to be negative because I was in a negative space. So I thought I was using it to get me a better understanding of how people think or what was going on in my body, but then I got consumed by it. So then when I got consumed by it, it started to become an everyday process. It started to become like a game to me. And that was the wrong thing to do, because that opened the floodgates for more negativity to attach itself to me. And like I said, and nowhere in history have I ever seen somebody hate somebody that they think that they are better than. Or if somebody is so negative and toxic and so hateful, why are you want to be around them? Why do you want to be affiliated with them? Why is it so pronounced? I can't get the words out right now. Well, why is it so, why are you so in the need of being seen by this person? This person is so hateful, okay? So, I started to work on myself when I got pregnant, because now I'm bringing a life into this world. So no, I do not want to bring my child into this world in this hateful environment, or with her mother with this hateful mindset, or me just being angry and bitter and just, you know what I mean, nasty. I don't want my baby coming out like that. Like, my baby feel everything inside my body, so why would I want to walk around carrying hate? So at that point, I started to revise myself. I started to get back into my old me and let the negative go. Okay, but like I said, now is more people involved with it than I even thought it was. You know what I'm saying? Now there's people out there that's spinning their own narrative on how they want it to be perceived by other people. Because like I said, I'm in a city that I don't know anybody. Well, I didn't know anybody at the time. And nobody's really my friends. Like, you know what I mean? I haven't grew up with nobody, but people that's here have. People right here been here for years. And no person and no Jack and no John. So, you know what I mean? If anybody human, you are going to attach yourself with that is familiar. So if your friend of 10 years, or somebody that you knew that is for 10 years, because they ain't friends to each other here, honey. You know people, they are not friends here to each other. They cool with you right now because you got something going on and they want to be involved with it. But at the end of the day, if you talking about somebody else so deep and so hateful, you talking about them so deep and so hateful. That's just who you are, period. But so now that this is your friend, so now you are perpetuating the cycle or the image that they want you to. Because I can't say him, it was a lot of people too, that they want you to put out there. So now you are putting things out there, and when you come to me and say something negative and I say something back to you, you just so hurt. Oh my God, I can't believe she said that. But if you wouldn't have came to me with the foolishness and the fuckery, I wouldn't have had the opportunity to say anything back to you, and then you wouldn't be hurt. Okay, it's not here nor there. So then, okay, I went to my doctor, my OBGYN, Robert Bent, okay? And when I went to him, like I said, by this time, more people are aware of what's going on with me. So now more people hear the situations that I have said. Now, so now he's offended because I said white people. And he's a white doctor. And I said, these white doctors have done this to me. Yes, these white doctors have done this to me. If it was a black doctor, I would have said black doctor. If it was an orange doctor, I said an orange doctor. But they were white doctors. Okay? So now white people here in this white city, Tennessee, you know what I mean, and or feel some kind of way about what I have said. But if you're not racist, if you're not hateful, if you're not the white people that I have described, then why do you feel some kind of way? I'm just giving you a little minute to answer that question. So, you know what I mean? Okay. So now, the whole time where I am going to him and, you know, me getting on my STD testing and my blood work done and my ultrasounds done. He was very... No, he was professional. I can't even say that. He handled me with the utmost respect when I was going into his face. Now, behind the scenes, it was a whole different story, obviously. So now, you know what I mean? And when I went to the doctor, the nurses and stuff, the white nurses would chuckle and laugh. Ah, ha, 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 ha. You know what I'm saying? And so I kind of... At first I wasn't really thinking it was me. I just thought that, you know, but then they would come to the room and make little smart comments. But during this time, that was towards the end of my pregnancy, so I was like, okay, I don't want to switch doctors right now. I'm almost done. I ain't gotta see these motherfuckers no more. Excuse my language, sorry. So then, okay, I had my baby, and I wanted to have a natural birth, but fortunately she was a biggin, so I had to have a C-section. Now, during my C-section, that's when a device was put into my stomach. Okay? Now, this device in my stomach is like a second backup. I guess I want to say a second backup battery. Because it seemed like after the device was put into my stomach, my back stopped beeping. Or maybe they was in there and they fixed it. I don't know what the hell they did. I was drugged the hell up. You know what I'm saying? But I noticed after I had my C-section, it's this big ass knot I could feel on my left side. Like something is in there. So, you know what I mean, after you have a C-section, you got to heal, your body got to get back to what it is and do whatever it do. So I just kept feeling this sharp pain in my stomach. So I went back to him after my 6-week checkup, and I told him about what's going on in my stomach. I feel it right here. Can I get an ultrasound? Oh, no, it's just your body reacting, everything moving back to where it used to be. And, you know what I mean, you're going to have some pains, and, you know what I mean, all the tugging and pulling might bruise it and this and that. Okay, I took it for what it was. He's a doctor. I took it for what it is. So then, after a while went by, I'm like, no, something is going on in my body. So now, this device in my body is like controlling my mind. So it's like I can, in my head, like my body gets hot. My head is like especially like right here on my left side, it's like a tingling feeling. And then when the device is cut on, like my whole left side feel like something crawling on me. Like my body, my skin tingles. You know what I'm saying? And I also been documenting all of the feelings and stuff that's going on. So, you know, that's another video too. I'm going to explain to you how I knew what kind of emotions I went through and all kind of stuff. I'm going to explain that to you in another video. So, okay, so now I want